His trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, talks around trade. The high-stakes issues on the table as President Trump visits China amid the raging war in Iran. And repeat crime at Romantics. Why Lincoln police believe that two recent burglaries at a South Lincoln business are connected. Plus, critical contamination. The frightening condition of one hantavirus patient today and what health officials are saying about their response in Nebraska. We begin with the high-stakes meeting between the U.S. and Chinese presidents developing now. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us at 4:30. I'm Emma Norwood. For the first time in nearly a decade, a U.S. president is visiting China. President Trump arriving in Beijing today with more than a dozen CEOs of major U.S. companies joining him on the trip. Here's ABC's Selena Wang with the latest from Beijing.
The red carpet rolled out for President Trump as he stepped off Air Force One in Beijing, greeted by the Chinese vice president and U.S. ambassador to China.
We have a lot of things to discuss.
More than a dozen CEOs of major U.S. companies are joining Trump on the trip. The president writing on social media that he'll be asking Chinese President Xi Jinping to open up China so that these brilliant people can work their magic.
He's trying to do everything he can to at least say to the U.S. public that I'm trying to open up a very closed market. The chance of that happening is very low.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, a last-minute add to the trip. Huang has been lobbying the administration to loosen export controls on his company's advanced AI chips. But in Washington, some lawmakers warning that could give China an edge in the global AI race. The war with Iran will loom large as the president meets with Xi. China is one of Iran's closest allies. Iran says China plays a key role in its security position in the Strait of Hormuz and buys more Iranian oil than any other country. Before the trip, the president was asked if he thought China should intervene in the conflict.
No, I don't think we need any help with Iran.
But during their meeting, Trump is expected to urge Xi to pressure Tehran to make a deal and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Americans feeling the pressure amid the strait's closure, with gas prices up 50% since the war began. The bilateral talks between President Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping are set to take place on Thursday. The president says he's hoping to sign deals for China to buy more American food and airplanes. The president says he'll be talking to Xi Jinping about trade more than anything else. Selena Wang, ABC News, Beijing.
Time now for a look at your first forecast at 4:30 with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom?
Hey, Emma, just a beautiful afternoon here for southeast Nebraska. Lots of sunshine, as we can see here on our Honda of Lincoln camera. And it's been maybe a little on the warmer side, but other than that, just beautiful day for most of us. And the winds have been on the lighter side here, too, in eastern Nebraska. Different story out west, but here's a look at those current temperatures. 80s for most of us in southeast Nebraska, including 80 degrees on the dot here in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Hastings. For most of us, those winds less than 10 miles per hour. Kearney, they're up to 15, and maybe, we'll see that stick around for a little bit longer. We're on to a breezy day, though, for your Thursday. So, unfortunately, we'll be saying goodbye to some of these calm conditions. And we take a look on satellite, not a whole lot going on here for most of the day. Maybe a few passing clouds now working their way into eastern Nebraska. As we head towards the rest of tonight, though, 80s for a little bit longer, 70s then by about 9, and then to the 60s as we head through the overnight hours. Should be beautiful for any Wednesday evening plans. Here's a look at those wind gusts then as we head towards tomorrow, though, especially here as we head close to lunchtime. 40, 45 mile per hour wind gusts can't be ruled out, so definitely going to be on the breezy side if you're going to come visit us here at the Kale Kane Studios for the bike drive. And we'll see both the winds stay on the higher side and then the temperatures climbing as we head into the weekend. More details on that in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Dom. Let's turn over to our traffic monitoring cameras for a look at some roads. This is a live look around 48th Street and Cornhusker Highway. Some road work going on there right now. Looks like it's getting pretty busy, but nothing that should hold you up too long. Developing now, Lincoln police are looking for a person they believe may be responsible for two burglaries at a South Lincoln Romantics. LPD tells us someone broke out a window and entered the business around 4 o'clock. That store is located on South 10th Street, just across the street from our station. Police responding there, as you can see in this video sent into our Now Local News app. They say the suspect took several items before leaving. They believe it was a man. He was wearing black clothing and carrying a bag. The business previously suffering another blow on April 15th. LPD says the two crimes are likely connected.
Based on the imagery and evidence that we've seen so far, leads us to believe that this likely is the same individual who committed the burglary at Romantics back in April, about a month ago. So we are still asking for the community to be on the lookout for that man.
LPD says if you know anything, you can reach out to them or you can anonymously report it to Crime Stoppers. Let's turn to the Nebraska 2026 primary elections and the latest results coming in. Data showing a voter turnout of 26.9%, with around 339,000 people voting in the governor and Senate races. That's out of more than 1.2 million registered voters here in Nebraska. And voters rejecting both bond issues in Norris and Waverly school districts. The bonds were supposed to help fund major upgrades, but voters said no. And in one of the most surprising turns, Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evnen failing to reclaim his role. Let's switch things over to the latest in the deadly hantavirus outbreak. The CDC giving us an update on their response in our state.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle De Silva and I'm coming to you after listening in on a CDC hantavirus response briefing. It was led by Dr. David Fitter and Dr. Benjamin Jackson, who are the leads on this. They say, hey, this is still the early stages of their response to this outbreak, but it's going well, and there are currently over 100 staffers working on the response. This includes talking with local, state, federal, and international health officials to make sure that CDC guidelines are being properly followed. Now, this includes daily temperature checks and making sure that medical services are available to anyone that has come into contact. Now, we do also now know when the 42-day incubation period started. That date is May 11th. That's the first day that the ship has departed. Now, they are saying that those initial tests that were done abroad are being deemed inconclusive. So new tests were run and they are still waiting on those results, which could take a day or two. Now, we know that out of the 18 passengers on the repatriation flight, 2 of them in Atlanta, Georgia, are doing well. And as far as we know, the 16 in Omaha at UNMC are also doing well. The one patient in the biocontainment unit is still there, but in regards to whether or not any of these people are able to leave the hospital and self-contain in their homes, that's still to be determined. We'll be reporting on this today. Please stay tuned. I'm Danielle De Silva reporting in Lincoln for Channel 8.
And health officials say a patient in France is now in critical condition. Doctors saying she is suffering from the most severe outcome of the virus. That includes life-threatening damage to her lungs and her heart. And back here in the U.S., another potential case in Illinois. One person tested after showing symptoms, but officials say it's not linked to the cruise ship. Well, coming up after the break, a Husker in the national spotlight. Find out which Nebraska softball star is on the top 10 list of candidates for the USA Player of the Year. And our Channel 8 bike drive is just hours away. Our team brings you an inside look at how your donation would help address a major issue facing local communities right now. That's coming up all new at 5. Stick with us.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
From big moments to local victories, we're here for all the action. Sports stories that go beyond the scoreboard. Every team, every matchup, every night, we're on your sideline. Channel 8, bringing you Nebraska now.
If you have sunken, cracked, or uneven concrete in your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, there's only one local family-owned company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair. Only Thrasher has been fixing concrete in the Midwest for more than 50 years. Only Thrasher has over 34,000 five-star reviews. Don't wait to fix your concrete. Join over 200,000 happy customers who will tell you there's only one company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair.
When it comes to Viking hand, or Dupuytren's contracture, don't be a Viking. Request a modern, non-surgical treatment with minimal recovery time. Visit findahandspecialist.com.
Craving a mouth-watering sub sandwich? Look no further than Sid's Deli and Subs. Serving fresh, made-to-order subs with your choice of sliced meats and cheeses on our soft, fresh-baked bread. Come and taste the Sid's Deli difference. Sid's Deli and Subs, 33rd and Cornhusker, Lincoln.
My God, that Schoen's Roofing did it again.
It's hotter than a hound dog in a Nebraska heat wave.
I think we need help. I'm gonna just call Dave's.
Family-owned Dave's Heating and Air is Lincoln's heating and air experts. We install quality brine equipment and will do whatever it takes to make your home feel cool and crisp on a hot Nebraska day. Whether you need service, repairs, or a new system, the Dave's family is here for you.
Dave always saves the day.
Dave's Heating and Air, professional service you can trust.
Pro-Enamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
One Husker softball star was honored as a top 10 candidate for the USA Player of the Year. That being Nebraska two-way star Jordy Fromm, of course, who was a top 3 finalist for the Collegiate Player of the Year award almost a season ago. Let's check in with Sports Director Nate Johnson. Nate.
Hey, thank you, Emma. Yeah, Fromm has simply been elite this season for the Huskers. Her stats on the field say enough, but her leadership off the field goes above and beyond as well. The two-way player has been a force for Nebraska this season with a .426 batting average, 19 home runs, 10 doubles, 4 triples, and a slugging percentage of 87. That is just so impressive. In the circle, she is just as potent. Fromm has an 18-4 record with a 1.24 ERA, has 10 saves and 7 shutouts, and has allowed only 31 runs across 152.2 innings pitched, all while helping Nebraska to the Big Ten regular season and tournament titles this year. Of course, also a number 4 overall seed in the 2026 NCAA tournament. And speaking of the NCAA tournament, Nebraska will host its first regional since 2013. Grand Canyon, Louisville, and South Dakota all in town this weekend. The Huskers will start their tournament run on Friday, May 15th against South Dakota at 5:30 p.m. And Bullen Stadium already sold out for the entire weekend here in Lincoln. We'll have the latest Husker softball news right here and on our Now Local News app. Of course, we'll have plenty more to talk about in the Sports Zone. For now, Emma will go ahead and send things back over to you.
Thanks so much, Nate. Let's get a look at your full forecast at 4:30 now with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, what you got?
Yeah, definitely heading into a busy end of the week here and into the start of our work week. Be ready here for a windy Thursday. Good hair day, not so much here unless you're really going to load it up on the hairspray. So definitely get ready for some stronger wind gusts for your Thursday morning and into the afternoon. Warmer then as we head through the rest of this week, getting into the 90s for those high temperatures, and then several chances for showers and thunderstorms that will break down for you here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Now, here's a look at those current temperatures across the state, 70s and 80s for most of us, even a few spots out here in the Panhandle finding their way then to the lower 90s. 80 degrees right now in the capital city, 82 in Hebron, and 80 as well in Beatrice. Not much of a breeze out there either for the eastern half of the state. A little more windy than as you head out towards the west, but it's been fairly calm here, especially on satellite. We have a couple upper-level clouds here just starting to work their way towards Columbus and then off towards the south and east the rest of the afternoon here, but the majority of us going to stay on the clear side. So if you got any plans here, get out and enjoy them. Here's a look at your Wednesday evening. Clear skies for us here in eastern Nebraska. The chance for maybe a shower or a rumble of thunder out towards the Panhandle. The majority of us, though, will stay on the quiet side, but that cloud cover here expected to build across the state as we head throughout the overnight hours into early Thursday morning here. A few passing clouds, and look, you even see a chance for a few showers trying to pop up here in eastern Nebraska as we go through your Thursday morning. Now, a fairly capped environment here, so kind of got that lid on the atmosphere for much of the day. In fact, models are kind of struggling when storms might try and break through that lid here during the afternoon, as we'll see that storm chance originally shift here off towards central Nebraska for your Thursday afternoon, and then try and make its way over here into the eastern portions of the state Thursday afternoon and into Thursday evening. We'll see if anything can kind of break on through that cap. Then we do head towards clear skies really for at least the first half of your Friday before chances for storms then increase as we head towards late Friday night and once again into early Saturday. This is the European model, so the definition on this still a little bit wide just because we're a little far out, but another chance for then first showers and thunderstorms as we head towards your Saturday night, and that will continue through the overnight hours. And then guess what? Sunday, another chance as we head towards north central and northeast Nebraska. That moves off towards the east and eventually makes its way down here towards southeast Nebraska late Sunday into Monday, and we'll continue to be monitoring those chances for showers and storms then throughout the morning and into the afternoon on Monday. Looks here finally by Monday night should have a little bit of clearing, but even then there's still a small chance for some precipitation as we head towards Tuesday. But severe weather risk, we do have that marginal of 1 out of 5 risk in place, mainly along the I-80 corridor and south tomorrow. If we do see any storms pop up, hail and wind, the main threats there. But as we head towards Friday, also the marginal risk here for a few isolated storms and better chances off to our south and east. And we'll see chances for severe weather continue all the way through the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. So we'll keep an eye on that as we head throughout the rest of the week, and keep it tuned here to Channel 8 for the latest updates.
All right, thanks so much, Tom. We have new developments in the murder case of Alex Murdaugh. The South Carolina Supreme Court reversing his conviction and ordering a new trial. ABC's Ashan Singh brings us up to date.
This morning, a major legal victory for disgraced South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh.
Verdict, guilty.
The South Carolina Supreme Court unanimously overturning his 2023 murder convictions and life sentences in the shooting deaths of his wife and younger son. The court ruling that the conduct of Colleton County Clerk of Court Becky Hill egregiously attacked Murdaugh's credibility during the trial. Justices say Hill improperly influenced the jury. She pleaded guilty to perjury and obstruction of justice for lying about her contact with the press, and to misconduct in office for improperly promoting a book about the case. The court also finding the trial judge allowed too much testimony and evidence about Murdaugh's financial crimes into the murder case. Murdaugh's lawyers had long argued that evidence, including allegations he stole millions from clients, prejudiced the jury against him. Prosecutors maintained the evidence against Murdaugh for the murders was overwhelming, including video recorded by his son just minutes before the killings that placed him at the family's dog kennels. Murdaugh has always denied killing his wife and son, even while admitting to years of fraud, theft, lying, and financial crimes.
I'm innocent. I would never hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never hurt my son, Pawpaw.
But even with his murder convictions now overturned, Alex Murdaugh is still not walking free. He's still serving a 40-year federal prison sentence after pleading guilty to stealing millions of dollars from his clients. Ashan Singh, ABC News, New York.
Time now for a look at what's trending at KLKNTV.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on KLKNTV.com. First up, votes slowly poured in on Tuesday night following the 2026 primary election in Nebraska, and voters in the Norris and Waverly school districts made their voices heard over a couple of bond proposals. The $64 million Waverly school bond failed after the vote count revealed 830 votes for it and 1,325 votes against it. The bond aimed to add technical programs, improve security, and physically expand nearly all schools in the district. Similar to Waverly, the Norris School District was asking for $34.8 million to help secure its facilities, improve public safety around the schools, and update them to modern standards. That vote failed with a count of 2,095 against it and 1,255 for it. Also getting clicks, a Lincoln man was arrested on Monday following a child sexual assault investigation by the Lincoln Police Department. On April 22nd, LPD said a mandatory reporter called the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services hotline to report the belated sexual assault of a 12-year-old boy. Over the last 3 weeks, LPD's Special Victims Unit investigators worked to determine that 56-year-old Hung Van Vu had inappropriately touched the child multiple times between 2021 and 2023. On Monday, Vu was arrested and taken to the Lancaster County Jail on suspicion of third-degree sexual assault. You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
Still to come, Hollywood divided on AI, why some A-list celebs are encouraging an alliance while others are calling for a boycott. And all new at 5, I-80 rivalry. Learn about the Nebraska Challenge ahead for Husker volleyball as they are set to face off against Creighton University this fall. New at 4:30, a growing debate over artificial intelligence taking away jobs. This time, reactions coming out of Hollywood. Stars are divided over AI. Critics voicing concern about the future, but some A-list actors are now striking a different tone. Here's ABC's Rena Roy.
This morning, actress Demi Moore weighing in on the artificial intelligence debate, saying Hollywood should not fight AI, but work with it.
AI is here, and so to fight it is to, in a sense, to fight something that is a battle that we will lose. So to find ways in which we can work with it, I think is a more valuable path to take.
Sandra Bullock recently making similar comments.
We have to lean into it. We have to use it in a really constructive and creative way, make it our friend.
AI critics say the technology has been trained on copyrighted work and could be used to cut thousands of jobs across the entertainment industry. Netflix recently acquired an AI company that creates filmmaking tools aimed at lowering production costs. That company was founded by Ben Affleck. He argues AI does not pose a major threat.
I actually don't think it's very likely that it's going to be able to write anything meaningful, and in particular, that it's going to be making movies like from whole cloth, like Tilly Norwood. Like, that's bull. What it is going to be a tool. just like sort of visual effects. It doesn't save us a lot of money, a lot of time.
Affleck says talk about AI being inevitable feels less like reality and more like a sales pitch from big tech companies who have spent billions of dollars building it.
I think a lot of that rhetoric comes from people who are trying to justify valuations around companies where they go, we're going to change everything. In 2 years, there's going to be no more work.
Netflix reportedly paid up to $600 million for Affleck's company. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Let's get a final check of your weather before the top of the hour. Dom, take it away.
Oh, just a beautiful evening out there. Lots of sunshine the rest of the way. Temperatures likely hang out in the lower 80s for just a little bit longer, than down into the 70s. So if you got any after work plans this evening, great time to get outside and enjoy the weather. Taking a look then at your low temperatures tonight, mid to upper 50s with those winds picking up out of the south as we head through the overnight hours. Then on our way to a fairly breezy Thursday morning and afternoon ahead. Also got our bike drive coming up, so we'll start out again with temperatures there into the 60s at 7, mid 70s here by about noon, and then into the mid 80s as we head throughout the afternoon. So love to see everybody out there. Hopefully we don't blow away while we're out there. We'll try our best. Definitely going to be a breezy one though, but we'd love to see everybody come out and help support a good cause. Then into the 90s then for your forecast on Friday. Late chance for a few showers, possibly a thunderstorm there, and then that continues as we head into Saturday. Once again, with high temperatures there into the 90s. I've got my eye on Sunday, too, with that's a chance for severe weather. We're going to be keeping an eye on that almost every day here as we head then into the start of next week.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Dom. And that will do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30. Rod Fowler's coming up next, along with our team of reporters and now citizen journalists coming up at the top of the hour. Stick with us.
The Amigos Yankee, reinventing the ordinary hot dog. Crispy cheesy original and bold jalapeno popper. At Amigos, where food is fun.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, back-to-back burglaries.
This likely is the same individual who committed the burglary at Romantics back in April.
The Romantics adult store gets broken into again. What police are thinking about the 2 burglaries in the same store. Also tonight, numbers in question. The CDC providing an update on the hantavirus outbreak. Why they won't say how many Americans have been exposed to the virus. Also, top 10 Jordy. How Husker softball's Jordy Fromm earned herself a top 10 placement in USA Softball's Player of the Year finalist. And rather ride a bike.
We are just really trying to elevate our community's ability to be mobile.
We speak with the Bike Kitchen ahead of our bike drive tomorrow. What is making more people consider using a bike to get around? And our bike drive is tomorrow, and it's coming at a time when more and more people are questioning the cost of driving a car, and there's good reason for that. At this Lincoln gas station today, unleaded with 10% ethanol hitting $4.25 a gallon. This video sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Melanie. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. You know, for some, spending fatigue is coming, or is already here, making people question taking their car to work. Channel 8's Emma Norwood joins us after speaking with the Bike Kitchen about why they think our bike drive is so important right now. Emma?
Yes, good evening, Rod. Ahead of tomorrow's bike drive, the executive director of the Lincoln Bike Kitchen tells me now is as important of a time as any, as they're seeing more and more people coming through their doors. So they're hoping to keep those wheels turning with donations from the community. At the Lincoln Bike Kitchen, it's all about helping those in need achieve a brighter future. Channel 8 is partnering with the Bike Kitchen for our 3rd annual bike drive, hoping to break last year's record.
We depend on the community, and this is one of our biggest events to get a big lot of bikes in. And so I think last year we were around 330, somewhere in there. So we're going to shoot for that again this year.
With the warmer weather and higher prices across the nation, Executive Director Sherry Shanks tells me this drive is as important as ever, especially for families.
Our really busy season is just kicking in. 100% of our operation is sustainable. Riding a bike is sustainable. You don't have to use that fuel, which is quite expensive right now, and it's Bike to Work Week. We've got great weather, great trails, and so we support people getting out on your bike and ride to work.
Through a partnership with Lincoln Public Schools, Shanks says the need for young adults and children's bikes is constantly increasing. But one of the best parts about giving away a bike to someone in need is the smile it brings to so many faces.
A lady came in yesterday. She was dancing when she left with her child's bike. She was so thankful, and we get that all the time. People have requests and they write their story. Here's why I need a bike. Here's what's going on in my life. And it feels so good to be able to get that bike to that person to help them out with their lives.
Now, the Lincoln Bike Kitchen has several volunteers that fix up bikes and take in parts. So if there's an old bike sitting in your garage, they say it still makes for a great donation. Reporting here in the studio, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Emma. And yes, don't forget, you, our viewers, can bring in any new or gently used bike here to the station tomorrow. We're going to be out in our parking lot all day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bike Kitchen then takes the bikes and starts refurbishing them and giving them to people here in the Lincoln community. If you have a bike that's not being used, hey, bring it on down to us. We're just south of 10th and Van Dorn. And we asked in our poll of the day today, have high gas prices forced you to change your driving habits? 58% of you said yes, 42% said no, they haven't. You can vote as well on our unscientific poll on our website, klkntv.com. Well, we're keeping a close eye on President Trump's trip to China right now as gas prices climb. Yeah, the red carpet rolled out for the president after he touched down in Beijing for a diplomatic tour during stalled ceasefire talks with Iran. This highlights the uncertainty the entire world has with how the war is affecting gas prices. The president is asking China's president, a close ally of Iran, to persuade Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But when Trump was asked about direct communications with Iran, he said that Americans' finances are right now the least of his concerns.
The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
We do want to let you know World News will have a special newscast after our 5 o'clock. David Muir is going to be reporting live from Beijing. Developing now, the Romantics adult store across the street from our station broken into again. It's been less than a month since the first burglary, which coincided with another theft at Capital City Sports Cards. These events have left some wondering, are they all connected? Channel 8's Meg West joins us here in the studio to break some of this down. Meg?
Yes, Rod. So what you're looking at here is a map of all the crime that's taken place in the last month in our area. And this red dot over here, let's see, where are we at? Right there. Here it is. Sorry, there's a lot of different dots. I had to find it. This little dot right here, that shows Romantics, which has now been hit by 2 burglaries in the past 4 weeks. Police say a man wearing all black broke a window and entered the store on South 10th Street early Wednesday morning, taking several items and then leaving, and he's still at large. An almost identical crime happened here at this same Romantics last month when police say a man wearing a tan jacket broke a glass door and again took some items and left. LPD's public information officer Erica Thomas is questioning if these burglaries at Romantics are connected.
Based on the imagery and evidence that we've seen so far, leads us to believe that this likely is the same individual who committed the burglary at Romantics back in April, about a month ago.
Anyone with information that could help investigators is asked to call Lincoln Police or Crime Stoppers to remain anonymous. Well, the silver lining here, Rod, and all this is that, well, now this is going to show you car thefts. Auto thefts in the capital city, they're down. That's one silver lining here, one less thing to worry about.
Meg, as you mentioned, there was the burglary at the Capital City card shop on the same day of the first Romantics burglary. Are police thinking about linking all 3 crimes together now?
Right. Well, initially, the police were linking the card shop theft and the first Romantics burglary, but we did not get any confirmation today if they're linking all 3 crimes together.
We'll have to see. And so far, no arrests?
No arrests.
All right. Thank you, Meg. Let's get you a look at your first forecast for this Wednesday evening. Live look out of our tower cam right outside of our station here. A quite warm and nice day. And we've been talking about it. Our bike drive, of course, is tomorrow. So how's it looking weather-wise for all the fine folks who are going to be bringing bikes to us here at our parking lot? Rusty?
A little bit of everything for our day tomorrow. Early morning, we may see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Wouldn't last long. It'll quickly move off to the east, and then another chance later in the day. The wind, I think, is going to be our main issue. That'll be picking up out of the south and southeast at 10, 20, possibly gusting to around 40 miles per hour. Temperatures into the 70s, well into the 70s by noon, and into the middle 80s by the afternoon. We'll be outside from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., so bring your bike over, whether it's windy or not. We'll take whatever bike you can give us. 610 Perkins, we're looking at the Shones roofing cam. Lots and lots of sunshine out there and no wind. I mean, it's less than 10 miles per hour. That will be very different tomorrow. We're at 81 degrees right now with a dew point at 29. It's a really dry atmosphere out there. So mostly clear skies, a few clouds here and there, but temperature-wise, pretty close to 80 degrees for most of us. Some 90s, though, in parts of the Panhandle. That wind is out of the south at around 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to around 35 miles per hour for the western half of the state. That's headed our way for tomorrow in the eastern side of the state. Temperature-wise tonight, temperatures dropping into the upper 50s, and that wind will start to pick up as we get into tomorrow morning. So we'll talk more about that wind potential in the full forecast.
All right, thank you, Rusty. We are receiving information today from the CDC on the hantavirus outbreak. The CDC spoke to the media today explaining their initial response to the outbreak and how well they think the beginning stages of containing hantavirus are going. Channel 8's Danielle De Silva joins us in the newsroom with more on what they had to say today. Danielle?
Rod, the CDC says despite being in the early stages of their response, they currently have over 100 active staffers working on upholding their protocols nationwide. Now, those efforts include speaking with each individual U.S. citizen who may have been exposed to the virus, as well as daily assessments and monitoring. CDC officials also confirming exactly when the 42 incubation period began, May 11th, the day that the ship departed. We also learned that the initial testing for that passenger who tested positive was tested abroad, and those results are now considered inconclusive. So new testing has been done, and those results could take a day or two to come back. Now, that person is still in the biocontainment unit at UNMC, and there is no word on those who want to quarantine from home, although the CDC is planning for that option.
We're taking a conservative approach on this, and we really are encouraging people to stay at their homes and work very closely with their state and local health departments to ensure that they are appropriately monitored in that space.
Currently, there are no state or federal quarantine orders that have been drawn, but the CDC lead for Nebraska, Dr. Benjamin Jackson, says those being monitored have a good expectation of how to self-monitor. Overall, CDC officials praise the collaborations that they've carried on throughout this on a daily basis nationwide, and they said they'll be keeping the public informed of any new details, as we will too. Reporting from the studio, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Danielle. Stay with us. We have more headed your way after the break and a new slate of stories in our 6 o'clock newscast, including regulation removal. The vote on E15 ethanol regulation is tonight. What our local leaders are suggesting is the best outcome for Nebraskans. And coming up after the break, softball soaring. How Nebraska softball's Jordy Fromm earned herself a spot in USA Softball's top 10 player rankings. We'll be right back. Gets matched up with one of their rivals this year. Mark your calendar, September 16th, Nebraska volleyball will be taking on Creighton at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Creighton has never beat Nebraska in a volleyball game. In fact, the closest they've been in a while was their last two matches when they took Nebraska to 5 sets. Well, speaking of Husker sports, one softball star was honored as a top 10 candidate for the USA Player of the Year. That being Nebraska two-way star Jordy Fromm, of course, who was a top 3 finalist for the Collegiate Player of the Year award a season ago and was a top 10 selection while she was at Oklahoma. For the latest on Fromm and the Husker softball team, let's check in with Sports Director Nate Johnson, who joins us here in the studio. Nate?
Yeah, hey, thank you, Rom. Fromm has simply been elite this season for the Huskers. Her stats on the field say enough, but her leadership off the field goes above and beyond as well. The two-way player has been a force for Nebraska this season with a .426 batting average, 19 home runs, 10 doubles, 4 triples, a slugging percentage of .870, In the circle, she's been just as potent. Fromm has a 18-4 record with a 1.24 ERA, has 10 saves, 7 shutouts, and has allowed only 31 runs across 152.2 innings pitched, all while helping Nebraska to a Big Ten regular season and tournament title this season. Of course, a number 4 overall seed in the 2026 NCAA tournament. And speaking of the NCAA tournament, Nebraska will host its first regional since 2013. Grand Canyon, Louisville, and South Dakota all in town this weekend. The Huskers will start their tournament run on Friday, May 15th against South Dakota at 5:30 p.m. And Bowlin Stadium already sold out for the entire weekend here in Lincoln. We'll have the latest Husker softball news right here and, of course, on our Now Local News app, and we'll have plenty more to talk about in the Sports Zone. For now, though, Rod will go ahead and send things back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nate. Voters said no to 2 local school bond issues in yesterday's primary elections. One in Waverly, the school district there, saying they're going to reevaluate the facility needs within the district and reevaluate how to best support the students. And the Norris School District releasing a message to the people following the rejection of their bond. They're thanking people for the engagement and saying that safety and security will remain one of the top priorities they have for their students. In Kearney, they're thanking voters for approving their Good Life District initiative. They say now they'll be preparing a development program to put the advancements in entertainment, retail, dining, and community destination into effect.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Just doing some quick math here. Interesting to me, probably not to everybody else, but 81 and 43 for the high and low today. If you add those up, that's 108, 9, 10, 11, 124, right? Okay. 74 and 50, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 114. So is that right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 124. Dead even. So we were just cold enough and just warm enough that today evens out and was a normal day. 96 was a record set back in 1940. Yeah, that's my brain working in real time there. Yeah. Mostly sunny skies. Gorgeous. I'm going to get out of the way of this one. Barry Lawcam looking towards downtown Lincoln. Just a nice day. Not a whole lot of wind. We had plenty of sunshine, low dew points. And I hate to say it was a nice day because we just need the rain. Until we can just get a solid soaking over and over again for a while, it's hard to be happy about no rain. So with that said, very mild out there, low 80s for most of us. We are into the 90s. This is something that happens when you've got a dry situation on your hands. It's easier to get warmer, and that's what's happening out to the west. Lots of middle and upper 80s and lower 90s. Around here, it's right around that 80-degree mark, 80 in Lincoln, 81 in York. Not much of a wind, but I'll zoom out and show you that the western half of the state has a lot more wind out of the south. That is going to eventually spread east. And all of this 20, 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts that's in western Nebraska will eventually be in eastern Nebraska for most of the day tomorrow. In fact, here we go. Here comes all of that wind. By early tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., it's already gusting to around 20 miles per hour. I think by about 9, 10, 11 o'clock, you're looking at anywhere from 25 to 35. a potential for 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts every now and then. That's what the purple is. And then continuing that into the mid-afternoon, and then by the time the sun goes down, that starts to relax a little bit, and most of the state will start to see the wind die down as we head through tomorrow night. Now, nothing happening on the satellite and radar right now, but that will try to change. Interesting setup. Now, we have many chances for severe weather over the next several days, but Stormcast is finding it a little difficult to find these storms. In fact, by 6 a.m. Thursday, not a whole lot going on until right about there. We may see an early shower or thunderstorm. That quickly moves to the east, and then here comes another boundary right there. That will be our next chance for storms. Notice it doesn't amount to much, but on the other side of that, a couple of isolated storms here and there. And this won't amount to much, but it's out there. That chance for any storm popping could get strong to severe. So because of that, the southern half of the state is in a level 1 marginal risk. I think the better chance to the south for hail and maybe some gusty winds. So just not everybody's going to see those storms, but everybody has that chance. Friday, most of southeastern Nebraska, level 1. Saturday, a chance for storms. Sunday, a chance for more severe weather. Monday, a chance for more severe weather. I think Saturday and Sunday have the better chance. So let's look at that real quick. This is Friday. There's that chance for a storm right there. And then moving forward into Saturday, not much until about there, Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, maybe Sunday morning, and then into the afternoon hours. And this is probably a decent chance right there. Sunday evening, hopefully we see some rainfall out of this. And then it all moves to the east by Monday. Again, over and over and over again. And the thing is, we can't pinpoint the timing because later storm chances rely on its timing for what happens beforehand. So we have to get through the storms as we go to figure out what's happening. So 50s tonight. Lower middle 80s for highs tomorrow, and we get way up there on Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in the 90s, 80s, upper 80s on Sunday, then 70s for most of next week.
All right, thank you, Rusty. The Lincoln Community Foundation's Summer Performance Series is kicking off right now. Kicking off the concert series was the band Pangea. They're a steel drum band. Now, these concerts are going to be happening from noon to 1 every Wednesday until September 12th. They're going to be at the LCF Barbara Bartle Garden on N Street. Stay with us. We have more ready for you after the break and a whole lot more coming up at 6 o'clock, including recovery resources, how the USDA is making it easier for Nebraska ag producers to recover from those devastating wildfires. New at 5, a UNL doctor receives one of the nation's highest honors for scientists and engineers. Dr. Edgar Cahoon has been elected to the National Academy of Sciences. He's the university's director for the Center for Plant Science Innovation. His research is helping advance biofuels, improve crop resilience, and develop more nutrient-dense grains. His impacts are reaching far beyond just Nebraska. A big congratulations to Dr. Cahoon. All right, let's get a final check of the weather with Rusty.
Mild out there with lots of sunshine, temperatures right around 80 degrees right now. So if you have any outdoor plans, tonight's really one of the nicer nights you're going to have. Things do heat up, and we do have chances for storms over the next several days. Now, tomorrow morning, we'll start the day in the 50s, highs tomorrow afternoon, once again in the 80s, but a storm chance starts to kick in as we head through the second half of the day. We'll detail that more coming up at 6.
Thank you, Rusty. Don't forget, a special world news is coming up here in a couple of minutes. David Muir is going to be reporting from Beijing. We'll see you back here at 6.